Oh my God.
Can I just unsee all of that?
Did you see what she did?
They really are an absolute.
What the
Did she actually say that?
Did you see that?
What do you always see the damnedest things?
Exactly. When you least expect it, there they are, doing it again.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, nah, likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a name. I just wanna be famous.
Did you
But I don't want that cheap fame, no, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness.
Did you see what she did? What the fuck?
We're in this world, could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you can call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
Oh, y'all, let's just call it what it is.
Did you see that?
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
It's brilliant.
We're in this world, could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this,
my God.
I got one thing to say. YouTube,
Oh, look, you didn't finish it this week.
Yeah, normally I do, but
Yeah, I know, that's cool.
I was like, wait. I was like waiting for it, but then I was like, wait, it's over now? Because I was too into the song.
It does. Oh, I love that song. That always makes me ready for all the bullshit kind of shit we got to talk about on this show. Which, don't get me wrong, I love. Like, I was so excited pulling stuff together this week for this one. So thanks for being here, Cass. Like my ride or die, definitely. And just so everyone, and thank you everyone who's in the chat, by the way, just so that you know, all of you watching, you know, chat, lurkers, viewers at a later time, Cassandra has no idea what we're going to talk about.
I never do.
I kept it kind of close to the vest, what we were doing, except for I did drop a couple of words, right? I dropped beer, doxing, and mushrooms.
You did.
I did. And I promise we're going to talk about all three. Yeah, and in ways you never thought of, like in ways that are just gonna be like, what? Because
Yeah.
that's what the show's about. Like, if you're not tilting your head and saying what at these things, like, I don't know where you're from, people, and I'm gonna have to question what planet you're on, because that reminds me, today's our 42nd show.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what you're saying. 42nd show today.
Yep, number 42. This, hopefully some of you will. I'm not being too much of a nerd by saying that that's a very important number to me. Some of you may know that I'm a huge Douglas Adams fan, and 42 is like the answer to everything. And it's good that we have a number like that, 42, because some days, like today and some other days, we need the answer to everything. Like, I need answers, people. I need answers, and I cannot find them. So I'm going to look to 42. But it's kind of convenient and kind of coincidental that this is our 42nd show, and I get to announce that we're bringing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, rather, to YouTube. We are going to do some more Bears Library reads. It's been so long since I did one. And I kind of been working on this project for a little while. And there's a lot of familiar voices and not so familiar voices that will be joining me in this project, but it will be the whole trilogy done in small chapter books, easy to listen to, audio podcast only, available on YouTube, and hopefully podcast also if I can wrangle it. And I'm hoping that people will like Douglas Adams as much as I do when they're done, because damn, it's a very good tongue-in-cheek, crazy kind of book that you just don't forget. Like, I read it so long ago and I can't forget it. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
It is.
It has been a while from
Yeah. Have you read it?
library.
Yeah. Oh, it's been
No, I have not.
Yeah. I think one of the last things I did, like, we did some things together, right? I think the last 3 projects that I can remember quite, besides the new one I just did, Marcus's Love, which was a short story that we wrote for the challenge. And a couple of people hit my DMs and made some requests that I actually put that out for them to listen to better, because of the we were having some technical difficulties on the chat on Culture Cats' channel that day, and they didn't get to hear it fully. And so I honored them with a little podcast video. And I enjoyed doing that so much. But the last one was, remember our Twisted Fairy Tale cast? Like, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Cass had a starring role in that one, as well as several other library members that all did a fantastic job. And then another one I did is Stephen King's Survivor Story. And then I did I Rise, Maya Angelou with Wrecker. And I remember that fondly too. Because
that's right. Didn't you do that as a premiere?
We did that. We may have done it as a premiere, but I
did.
I think we did. But some of these chapters in Hitchhiker's Guides are like 40 minutes long. So, like, I'm not so sure we should do it as premieres. You know what I mean? Some of them are short though, like 8 minutes or 10 minutes or 11. And maybe the short ones I will, just to, kickstart some stuff. But I don't know. Maybe we do chapter 3 as a premiere, because chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3 will be coming out this week, everybody. So from today till next Sunday, there'll be 3 short videos at least released. Would you like it as a premiere? I mean, that's kind of long though, like 40 minutes for a premiere, don't you think?
Yeah, that would be long as a.
Yeah, and I think that, and actually, I think premieres may not be the way to go, because I want the feel of just being able to listen to it and just immerse yourself in it and not worry what else you're doing. Like, you don't have to be chatting in the chat or, having a conversation with anybody else,
Yeah.
You know how that goes with premieres and all, Yeah. I want them to feel it. But before I go to my first subject, let's first of all, let me get the banner up before I get into too big of trouble. There we go. Ha! let's just say hi to everybody who's in the chat, and then we'll just carry on with the first. Are you ready for the first topic?
Yep, I am ready. Let's see what you got planned.
Yeah.
I'm
my plan was no plan, but just topics. Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Commander Mark Caesar, hello. April.
Liam's like making sure you get the right color banner.
Oh yeah, well, it always goes custom to the names that are up there.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Liam, all of my shows have their own, right, Mrs. Cassandra, have their own theme, color scheme, and that's all set up ahead of time in the back. Like, I actually do that. Do I remember to push the banner button? Hell, freaking no, never. Like, the simple stuff I forget, but the technical stuff about setting it all up prior to the series, keeping it all copacetic, making sure it all matches. Hey, that's all done. Like, yeah, I could do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hey, April, Juju. It's nice to see you. Fish Nerd, thank you for the nod on the banner. Like, I took notes. Hello, Mr. Mousy Files. Is it Mr. Mousy Files? Okay, so are you here with Mousy? That's cool. Hi, Wrecker. And Karen, nice to see you. Oh, there's Mousy. She's down here. Oh, she's sending Mr. Mousy to bed. You see this? Like, first comment.
No.
Hey, Mr. Mousy, go to bed. Like, okay, Mousy, this is a free zone. I know you might be married and everything, but you don't get to tell anybody what to do in the chat, like, ever. Like, not even Mr. Mousy. You're gonna have to do that privately. It's a free zone for everybody. Thanks for lurking there. Look, we got a lurker. We have a lurker. Hello, Liam. Oh, I'm going down, Commander. Sean, nice to see you too. It's cool. And I'm almost at Shill. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you're here. I think we're down to the bottom. Oh, hey, Patrick. How are you? Nice for you to stop by and say hey. It's cool.
Yeah,
I got a really good story first, Hey, Sue Elliott. How are you? We are free. Are we free? Yeah. Well, you're free to speak as you wish in the chat. Yes, you are, Patrick. I can do whatever I want. Well, as long as a mod doesn't get you. There are certain rules. You're not allowed to attack people personally, attack other channels here, and or apparently speak in all caps, or you're going to get what for. But that's about it. Yeah, otherwise, yeah. Do what you want. We're going to do what we want up here, right, Cass? Why can't you?
Always do what we want up here.
Exactly. Like, we're going to do it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about I'll just read you the headline.
The headline of the
article.
First one?
Okay. And yep, the article of the first thing we're going to talk about today. Are you ready, people? There's an Alaskan Air Pilot who aborted a flight. It said he used magic mushrooms. And documents prove it. Okay. Apparently there was a court case recently. Yeah, Mrs. Cassandra, that's exactly what I said. This happened at the end of October. This article came out talking about those guys getting charged. There was an off-duty pilot who, during a flight on Alaska Air, actually tried to disable the engines of the airline jet during flight, and told the police afterwards that he was suffering from a nervous breakdown, and he had taken psychedelic mushrooms 2 days earlier and had not slept in 40 hours. And this all happened Tuesday the 25th. All happened there, that they were pressing charges against him. And I have to tell you, I'm going to actually put the link to this article in the chart, because if you watch the video, I want anybody to see if you would want this lawyer. I mean, of course, I got to bring a little lawyer into it. The lawyer does not act like he wants to be with this guy at all. Well, he was not the pilot of the day. Okay. His name is James Joseph, rather.
But the question is, was he did he work for that airline as well, or
Oh yeah, he works
okay.
for that airline. He works for Alaska Airlines as a pilot, and he was riding that day as a standby employee passenger in the cockpit jump seat on that Sunday's flight before, because of course the court was on Tuesday, but the Sunday before, en route to Everett, Washington, en route from Everett, Washington, rather, to San Francisco, when the airborne altercation occurred. Apparently, he just tried to take over the plane and cut all the engines and crash everybody.
Well, that's what
Insane.
mushrooms will do.
No, not necessarily. Like, that's what I don't get.
Depending
because
on which ones he
yeah,
took.
yeah, I guess, or because he was just mental anyway. Because like all of the research on mushrooms actually with mental health, that they can be used actually beneficial to actually prevent these kind of things like nervous breakdowns and stuff like that. So like he's obviously using them by himself without the help of a therapist or anybody like that. He's obviously just taking them willy-nilly and then not sleeping for 40 hours. Well, that's not the normal, what I would think from the research that I've done on mushroom trip. Like, you get high, it gets crazy, you have an experience, and then you sleep. Like, you really sleep, like you're out, like recovering.
Well,
but you're
not. He might have, who knows if he put it, like, maybe he mixed it with something else, or he also wasn't sleeping for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Not sleeping already messes you up
exactly
to begin with.
And that's my question. I mean, he hadn't slept for 40 hours, and there's a whole bunch of pilot policies with many airlines about that. There's a big problem with pilots going from shift to shift, because of the time zones and the way that they go from place to place, about making sure that they don't work too many hours in a row. Same thing they did with doctors during, interns and stuff like that. You might know what I'm talking about. They don't want you that tired, so they had to put regulations in place to say you have to sleep a certain amount of hours before you can come back on duty, So he must have violated something, because I really don't think they make you work 40 hours straight before you sleep, no matter what the capacity of the job is you're doing for the airline. It's dangerous. As far as I know, the jump seat is there, because they always have to have a trained pilot on board in case the rapture happens, and the pilot disappears. You heard all about that controversy, right? Like, the legislation was literally started based on the fact that they have to make sure that somebody's going to be there if anything happens, but it did start with worrying about if religious belief in the rapture and being taken up was going to affect, hundreds of people's lives on an airplane at any given time, which I'm not making fun of religion. I'm just making fun of the fact that they made a whole big policy about it. And I'm just like,
I never heard of that policy.
I'm like, okay.
I can't say anything about that.
It's kind of funny, to me, but it is just a little caveat there. But, after, a brief scuffle that was inside this flight, with the captain who was flying, and they had a first officer too on board that he fought with. This guy Emerson ended up restrained by members of the cabin crew who actually took him down. And then he was arrested when the plane landed in Portland, Oregon.
He had to have been on like something else, too.
I don't
not going into like.
The one thing I could tell you is this is definitely one trip that he's never going to forget, because like, he landed in Portland, Oregon, where he was, the flight was diverted there and landed safely. Even though he like tried to turn everything off and everything like that, but he was charged in Oregon State Court on that Tuesday, October 25th, with 83 counts of attempted murder, because that's how many people were on the plane. 83
I did
counts.
not even think about the attempted murder part of it. So this could technically turn into a true crime.
It true is. That's what I was going to say. It's not interesting. I mean, one for every person aboard the plane besides himself, and a single count for endangering the aircraft. which I'm assuming the airline had to press for those charges so that they could get insurance for all the people who may sue the airline for this happening and then being under all that stress while that plane landed. I mean, can you imagine? I see lawsuit central happening here, but it's kind of an interesting twist because we've got like the mental health aspect, we've got the illicit drug aspect, and just the weirdness of the whole thing. I mean, it's just like, wow. Well, he actually pled not guilty, even though he already admitted to being on mushrooms, having a nervous breakdown, and told them he did try to cut the engines, and he's still going for not guilty, which I kind of understand. Like, they always tell you, like, be quiet and get a lawyer and plead not guilty no matter what. But I mean, wouldn't it be simpler if he just said, yup, I need some help, and let them put him in a place to get some help, right away?
He needs sleep. They need his sedatives so he can get some kind of sleep. Maybe then he can figure out what his problem is.
They were smart enough to detain him until they can have a he's in custody pending a detention hearing, which I think happened since, but I have to find record of it. It was supposed to happen 5 days within 5 days of the court hearing, but it could have been closed doors. So I have to look this guy up. I'm actually thinking it might be an interesting case, but I don't know. We'll see. He's been charged separately in federal court also. Like, that was the state charges in Oregon. He's actually going up against federal charges with one count of interfering with flight crew members in attendance, which is a huge international federal crime. With the airlines and all, like if you act up on a plane, they charge you this way internationally, no matter where you are under these regulations. And it's a serious federal crime. Like, that's why when you get off the plane, you get immediately arrested, no matter where you are, even if it's a foreign country. They kind of all have this agreement. It's kind of like an agreement in regards to the charges that should happen when anybody interferes. And that all happened because like stuff was getting crazy about people attacking people, based on like, who they were, what they were doing in planes and stuff. And it's too dangerous, like, to be acting like that. Totally. And people were worried about, remember, we were on high alert for terrorists for a while here in our country, right? And this is when a lot of these laws got firmed up that no matter what, if you acted up, if you were drunk and disorderly or whatever, or put anybody in danger, they arrest you right off the plane, wherever you land, and charge you with a federal crime for interfering with the flight and the crew and putting people's lives in danger. It's like a whole big thing. The criminal complaints in both the cases are filed with sworn affidavits from investigators outlining a harrowing sequence of events that came close to shutting down hydraulic operation and fuel to both engines of the twin jet aircraft, which was an Embraer 175. And that's a newer one, I believe. It's not like a big 747. I mean, there was only 83 people, including the crew, that was on there. So it's a smaller plane, I believe. But that's scary, huh? I mean, it sure does make me not want to fly anytime soon.
So did it talk about if he got his license suspended?
Let me go a little bit further in here.
Because that should be the main thing. I'm sorry, like, I understand.
Oh he's not flying right now. He's in custody, so he ain't getting out. Alaskan Airlines. Well, they did give a report that he has no blemishes on his record whatsoever. So I don't know.
I would definitely get at least a suspension. Like, maybe he needs to go through like some kind of training again or something.
I don't know.
For people to feel better, because if I know he was my pilot, I'm gonna say nope. I want a refund on my ticket. I'm not going on that flight.
Well, they did say that during the check-in process, like, they saw no signs of any impairment whatsoever from him that would have led to prevent him from flying. This Alaskan Airlines company has been part of Horizon Air for a long time. I don't know. They said they didn't notice anything, but the court documents said that he also told the police that he had been taking mushrooms and ingesting them and said it's been 48 hours before he slept. He has not slept in more than 48 hours since he took the mushrooms. In that he was suffering a mental crisis and struggling with depression for over 6 months.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. He needs to definitely get help. Maybe that's what they need to do, is try to get him some help with his depression, because
Yep.
that is like, when it comes to mental health, that's serious. Like, I can understand.
Yeah. They said he had no priors, like with the company whatsoever. There's never been any report of him being under the influence. No indication he'd ever used any drug or alcohol while doing his flights or even off. And then they have a little blurb in here that show that the medical research do show that psilocybin is naturally occurring hallucinogen, and that it is being used beneficial in the treating anxiety, depression, and other mental disorders. And him saying he was depressed, maybe that's what he was using it for. There is a ballot approved by voters in the state he was charged in that decriminalized the use of it, so he'll face no drug charges about it. Basically, it's the putting everybody in danger that he has to worry about. I mean, 83 charges of attempted murder is nothing to scoff at. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so is he? So he's pleading not guilty.
He's pleading not guilty, even though there was a whole plane full of witnesses that watched after he was removed from the cockpit and put in a seat and detained, that he tried to get off again and went back in there and tried again a second time to pull the valves.
Is he gonna try to do oh my goodness, sanity plea or anything like that? I wonder.
Well, it's going to be, he could probably get it, because they actually have flight attendants who have given affidavits in the charging indictment for him that say they heard him say, "I messed everything up. I tried to kill everybody." Like, he's actually quoted as saying that. Like, that's going to be pretty hard to go against as not guilty for attempted murder. But at no point was his certifications denied, suspended, or revoked in the past. But currently, while he's sitting there,
maybe they're gonna wait. Maybe they're gonna wait to see what the verdict is, or see where the charges go before they do anything.
I think they have to, because the Federal Aviation Administration pilot database showed that Emerson had just received full medical clearance only 30 days prior. And he says he's been depressed for over 6 months. But they do have a policy that aviators, pilots, and people working on the crews in airlines are expected to self-report any mental condition. So if he was depressed, he was obligated to let them know. So I doubt he'll be flying anytime soon. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about him getting up there like anytime soon. But it's quite a controversial thing, like, because it's got like all these different things in it. First of all, he's not reporting his mental health, as you think when you have all these people's lives. Airlines themselves are trying to make it easier with mental health issues to give people the therapy and everything they need. But they've got a fine line in removing them from service, in protecting the lives of others, right? Like, so it's not always easy to determine the employee's desire to continue working through a stress, which could be beneficial. If you're depressed, the last thing you want to do is lose your job, right? I mean, that's not going to be helpful unless they put you in a program and give you.
The only thing I can think of is if it is the job that's causing the depression, because that could happen. Maybe there's something going on that he's not talking about. Because I know there's times where I'm not happy with my job, and
and
it becomes depressing.
They do say it's a very, very stressful job. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, I think it would be. I mean, people that have it love it, but I just want to show you the lawyer, because like I see it, he doesn't look like he wants to be there. I just want to show you what I mean. He seriously does not look like he wants to be there. Okay, the man behind him is Edmonds. That's his lawyer in the front. he does not look like he wants to be there. I'm sorry.
No, he
He's
doesn't.
like, I cannot believe I got this case. Like, wow. Like, I'm sorry.
How am I gonna defend this? There's witnesses.
He does not look like he wants to be there. He does not look like he wants to be there, actually.
No.
Yeah, he does look like he's, you know what? I agree with you, the fish nerd. He looks like he's teed off. He really does. Sounds like remorse speak. Yes. But usually if you're remorseful, you don't try to do something that you're really going to be remorseful for, like kill everybody. Yeah. Although I guess he didn't expect it, since he's on the plane, that he would live through it anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's
The
what
self-
he's trying to do. Like he probably figured. Go ahead,
Mhm.
sorry. Read.
No, Liam said self-denial is probably why he tried self-medication. Could be. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
definitely.
There's also the thing too is a lot of people. I shouldn't say a lot of people. There's some people when they get into a certain depression mode, if they're the S word. I can't.
The
Don't want to say it.
serotonin. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Oh, no.
The one
Okay. Yeah, we know what you
unaliving
mean.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So there's
Or doing some
people-
harming. You could just say harming themselves in many
Yeah, okay.
ways.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
drastic.
I don't want to.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was just gonna say, like, if someone, sometimes people would have to harm someone else in order to feel they can get it done for themselves. Like, my husband had a coworker. Her husband used to work at with them, but he went crazy and kept saying he's gonna unalive himself, and she was still with him, but he ended up killing her and then killing himself.
Yeah, you see,
Oh,
mental health is
unaliving
nothing
himself, sorry.
to. I understand.
can't
What are
say-
they? What are they gonna do? I mean, it's a true story. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I'm not like.
I'm
not afraid.
I gotta remember the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not
wording.
afraid of the words, and I think everybody here on my channel knows, like, if you have triggers or whatever, I do ask you to protect, take care of yourself, because like there's gonna be language that's gonna be like straightforward, like all the time.
But that's what I'm wondering, if he was in such a bad place mentally that that's what he felt he needed to do, and then with the mushrooms, that's not gonna help. Like, I don't think that will help. I personally don't think it would help me mentally if I took some kind of shrooms or something like that. If I had, like, I get anxiety, so that's way different. But I know that anything like with THC or CBD, not THC, but THC causes my anxiety to be like 100% worse. So I know not to mess with it. So I don't. So I know if I were like depressed and accidentally took something with that, it probably would make it a whole lot worse. If that making any sense.
Not at all.
So I kind of
it does.
I do
yes.
feel
So
for him
you can
because
see.
he had to have been in a low spot in his life. So I think he really should get some kind of evaluation before going forward with trial. That's just in my opinion.
I think that would definitely. I think that will definitely get ordered by the judge if the prosecution doesn't bring it forward, or the defense first. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Especially if he's saying he's had 6 months of depression.
Well, he's saying the key words. I had depression.
Yeah.
I'm having a nervous breakdown. I didn't sleep in 48 hours. Like they have to like check.
Yeah, all of that mixing in. That's the thing. All of that mixing in with, and if this was his first time taking the mushrooms, that's not a good. Like, it's probably not a good mix up. Depression, no sleep, makes everything
and if he's
worse.
using it to help his condition, he's doing it with. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't say whether he had a therapist involved or not, but I would hope that you are doing it under the guidance of someone. Because like.
Yeah,
that's
what the main thing is. Please always get the advice of a medical professional. It's just in my like.
Juju, they said he passed Juju says, how did they not know he was on mushrooms before takeoff? As it said in the article, I believe I stated, he said he took it well prior, and then just didn't sleep. Like he's not admitting to having a trip during the flight. And they said that he did pass the pre-check right before the flight, because other attendants look at you to make sure you're not under any drugs or alcohol. And they said he totally did not look impaired at all. I mean, that's their testimony anyway. So it's being alluded that he wasn't actually tripping while he had this, but he's kind of saying he took the mushrooms to treat the depression, and that's why he had the nervous breakdown. That's kind of what he's saying, but I'm not sure, because they only piece part of what, like, his whole interview with the officers is there. But he's telling them that, I had a nervous breakdown, I had magical mushrooms, and I haven't slept in 48 hours. That's his statement.
As long as it's not the mushrooms that woman supposedly accidentally put in.
Oh yeah, and do you know what? She's on charges. I just did get an article that they're charging her now. Yes, they are charging her
with murder or
with attempted murder and murder. I think I have to read it.
Because I was like, didn't she kill 2 people?
Yes, 2 people did die. Yes, and the others got really, really sick. But apparently, she and her children didn't, which is odd.
Yeah, because she probably didn't feed it to herself and her children.
Yeah, that's it.
Just allegedly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but allegedly. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what I was saying, Purple. I think because he, on top of the depression, being awake for 48 hours, like I said, no sleep in general are already, like what Purple said, already has you making like crazy decisions.
Yeah. And so everybody would have just, like, if he said no sleep, like, but he didn't tell them, Sean, I know Sean says, well, that would have covered it if you tell people you haven't slept in 48 hours. If you were on the mushrooms at the time, you would say it was general. But here's the thing. If he had told them he hadn't slept, he wouldn't have passed that pre-flight check. They would have kicked him from the plane. It's really strictly regulated.
But wasn't he just there as he was just there as a
he has to be cognitive enough to fly the plane. He's the extra seat if anything happens. He has to fly the plane.
Okay, so I misunderstood. Okay, so I misunderstood. I thought he was a passenger.
He was in the passenger area, sitting them as the passenger pilot in case of emergency. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So he's not the co-pilot. There's 2 people in the cockpit. Okay. All right. If anything goes wrong with either one of them, he has to step up there. So he has to be completely cognitive the same way they are, just as a backup. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm thinking he's just a passenger. I wasn't thinking he was like supposed to be like the passenger pilot.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Caesar, and also hey, Purple, for joining. Cat Ninja, it's nice to see you. Yes, it is. Oh, and Paula, it's nice to see you too. Did I miss anybody else? I don't want. If I miss you,
did you
it's not
say hi
intentional.
to Mark already? Mark?
I did, because Mark Caesar actually was here very early before the stream started. So I said hi to you, Mark, and you weren't here. But now I'll give you a special one. Like, oh, hi, Mark. A little Tommy whistle.
Yeah, Icarus. So
hi,
so
Mark.
there's
and
the
Icarus,
pilot, co-pilot, and him.
Yeah. Yes, there were on this particular flight. Yes, that's what they said. There were 3. There was the 2 in the cockpit. Yeah.
So do they do that with like longer flights? Like, because there's flights that go for like 15 hours. Like, do they switch like that?
They could. I mean, wouldn't it make sense, especially like those really, really long ones?
Yeah, because who wants to be up? Like, who wants to be up for like? I know we're up 15 hours, but who wants to be? I know people do it, but I know I wouldn't want to be working for 15 hours straight.
No, but they are very well paid, and it is a stressful job. You're right.
I think they do have the where they go to like some if they're part of what is it, the connect, like it's not oh my goodness, why can't I cannot think today. Where it's not a connected flight to where you go straight there.
Right, straight through a direct flight. Yes, I understand.
The ones that have a layover. That's what it's called.
No, I and I don't know if it's normal practice to have actually 3 of them there every single time, Iker. I don't know. And also, welcome. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you before. Sorry, Mark. No, sorry, not sorry, Mark. Like so. Oh, geez. Stop watch it. I hope you don't have any liquids on your disc. Anyway, yeah. But so that was my interesting story. But I got one that's even better than that. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, since we did spend a lot of time on that.
I'm gonna let you vote. I'm gonna let you vote. We're gonna go because we're running out of time. You want beer
Yeah.
or you want doxing? I want to drink. I don't know about you. What do you think?
I kind of want both, but doxing is really intriguing.
I could do that in a nutshell. It was Sniperwolf. Okay.
Oh, no. I heard about this. My son watches her. My son watches her reactions on YouTube, and my husband and I have been talking about this.
And she she's got a big fan following and everything, but she is a criminal, and she really doesn't have a lot of moral fortitude. She actually showed up to that guy's house, put it on Instagram, asking him to have a public conversation with her. And this was another YouTuber that does like commentary on her commentary, because she's accused of, how she does those shorts and she takes everybody else's content and she just puts it out there. In a lot of creators,
I thought it was her ex-husband.
No,
she doxed her ex-husband too.
Oh,
so
well, there you go.
People.
Okay, so we can just call all right. So she gets the award from what the fuck of Doxer of the Year. Okay, like that's Sniperwolf, because
this is what I heard was her ex-husband did everything for her channel. Did everything, and even like the whole thing came out that like her reactions are fake. Like she's using other people's like content and stuff.
She is using other people's content, and she's not even putting commentary really over it most of the time. She's literally just putting it out there.
And I'm gonna be that person. I'm sorry, but the reason why she has a big following is because she's a good-looking woman. She's very
and she knows her best camera angle.
Yes,
let's just put
exactly.
that for exactly. And you know what? A lot of creators go at it for. I'm saying all good for it. You got it, use it, whatever. But actually give us something else besides the boobs in somebody else's content. That's all I got to say about Sniperwolf.
But yeah, so that's what happened was
I really would like a little more.
So yeah, she doxed her ex-husband because he was part of the channel, but he was behind the scenes, so nobody knew him. But yeah, she doxed him too, and so she doxed somebody else. Oh my god, this woman.
Yes, she did. There's a creator who actually started his channel just to keep commenting every time she put up a video about how that's not her content, how she could do better, how she's just not a great creator. Well, she did get demonetized, but then the other thing
that's what I heard about that too. Yeah,
she got demonetized and then just started uploading on her second channel instead.
But my husband was talking about how she doxed, because he's like, she doxed her ex-husband, and we're looking. I was like, oh my god, what the heck? Like, that's so messed up. And then this must be new information. Oh my goodness. Hot Mess Express. That's what those names for.
This is definitely it. And you know what? I thought docks were where you tied up boats too, but this is a whole different thing. Liam, you do put dots on nettles after nettle stings. I get that too. I'm making fun of my accent because I'm just gonna have at you if you are. Like, that's it. Like, this is how I talk. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure I'm not saying it correct. I'm saying the way I say it.
Like, all right.
Here, I'll say doc. There.
Okay. But yeah, I agree with you, Mark. You know, best camera angle. Yes, it wasn't exactly that, but it has been known to slip there a few times, Mark. I must say, like, she's not using the system. Let's just say.
So we got over that. So okay.
All right, we got over there.
Let's go to the beer.
Okay, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, do you know the creator Amouranth? We've talked about her before, kiddie pools and, again, using the boobs to get out of any situation she can on Twitch because she makes them money. But you're not going to believe what she's doing now.
What is she doing now?
She's actually, no, she's past that. She's so past that. It's beyond the farts in the bottle, lady, okay? Amouranth is actually contracting with a Polish beer company to use her vaginal yeast, her personal vaginal yeast to make beer.
What the actual effery?
Couldn't wait to tell you this. Sandra, I've been busted all week to talk to you about this one.
That's just disgusting. I need to know the company so I know not to get that beer. That is just
video after
disgusting.
video of all of the gaming creators that I watch, like Charlie, Penguin, Zero, Moist Critical, one of our favorites, because I like the Moist. I mean, Charlie's just great for a little man.
That takes
he's
Moist
awesome.
to a whole new level.
I'm telling you, he does take Moist to a place we never needed to go. Even Charlie's like, this is beyond anything. Like, this has got to be the grossest, and he can handle gross. Like Charlie,
Who thought? Yes, that's a great idea. That's such a great idea. Let's do it.
What?
Using yeast, like vaginal yeast, which is gonna make bread next.
Yeah. There's a company. There's more women that have done it too. There's a whole company, a Polish beer company, who all of the beer they make is made with women's vaginal yeast.
What is the company? I need to know the name of the company so I know not to get it.
Okay. So Amouranth is making beer with yeast from her lady parts. Okay. The name of the company is the Order of Yanni Brewery. And the Order of Yanni says that they actually are doing this because they love the spirit of the woman, every part of the woman. And they want to celebrate the essence of women by making beer with their vaginal yeast, because that just sounds so freaking yummy, right? But yeah, it's the Order of the Yanni Brewery Company. I'll give you guys a good article, which is not from the gaming community and or the commentary community. It's actually just a regular article. Well, actually, this one is from gamer.com. I'm sorry. It is. I was going to get you to read it.
I have like a disgusted look on my face.
You should. If you didn't, I was like, all right, but they make beer using pap smears, people. Yep, that's right. All of us women who hate to go to get our pap smeared, and we know it's necessary. We could have been making some bucks, people.
How much per pap? How much per smear?
Yes, and do they rate it by yeast? Like by the number of good yeast things, or like what?
That's the thing. What if it's bad yeast? That's so nasty. Like, I'm done with the internet. I'm just done with it.
Listen, she sent out love pillows before. She is one of those ones that did the jars with her farts thing, just like that other one. She got the idea for her. Like, she did do that, but like Amouranth, I don't know. She will not stop at like doing the ladies. But anyway, the Order of Yanni, a Polish brewery, they do this. Like, this is actually a real company. They use the vaginal yeast as one of the key ingredients. And she had been teasing on Twitch for quite a while that she'd be making her own drink. We just didn't know she was going to be in it like this.
Literally,
like this personal. Like, I don't know. I'm tempted to put up a poll as the last thing we do for tonight on would you drink
Hell no. I need to make sure that it's on the banned list. Never to buy. We don't buy beer anyway. Like, we don't really do. We do more of the liquor.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I feel bad for whoever licks her.
Oh my God! I mean, that's a different thing. I mean, it's not beer. You don't go through a whole process of turning it into something. Like, I'm sorry, if somebody asked to scrape me to go make some bread, like, I think we're not having any more dates or interactions. Just like, it's almost like,
love the way you smell. Let me get a piece of that.
That would make some wonderful brioche. Oh, you like no. Oh God.
Who thinks of this stuff? Who does it? It's disgusting.
This Polish brew, the Order of Yanni, obviously, they're taking it seriously. I can't tell you how seriously they take it. They're running a successful company over there in Portland with this. Like, I think it's crazy, but somebody's buying this stuff. Like, somebody is.
And it's probably
they do say though. Yeah, well, they will. But I mean, I'm telling you, there were plenty of women before that have done it with this Polish company. Like if you go to if everybody go to the website for the order. I'll drop it for you. Let me just Google real quick. I can't believe I'm putting this in my Google search, but the Order of Yanni.
Oh please. Oh please.
I've had worse.
that's
I know. I know.
yeah.
Like that's the
Hot
worst
Pocket.
thing I've ever done. That's the worst thing I've
Alabama
ever done,
Hot
right?
Pocket. I'm sure
Okay.
that's been in your Google.
Okay. No, it wasn't until that day in that Discord, and it was a 5-second thing, and I was like, I regret it ever since. Okay, here is their website, right to the page of their story. Okay, which you have to be of legal age to go to the website. They won't let you if you've got like blockers. They're not going to let you on here because they talk about.
Can you read what Mark said, please?
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Mark. Can I make something crusty from your lady part juices? No, Mark. If that's an actual question, no, Mark, not you nor anyone else on this free planet can absolutely. Nope. That's a big nope. Nope. I don't care. Nope. What about you, Mrs. C?
Hell no.
No,
Hell to
it's
the
mine.
F to the no.
You know. Yeah, like Juju says she's not of legal age for this. Didn't come up.
I'm not either.
You have to just click it. That means you've got a child blocker thing on there. Okay. Yeah. Or you've got
I think
thing.
I'm mentally not legally.
Oh, mentally not legal. I don't ever want to be of legal age for this. To tell you the truth.
No.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I know, Purple. Purple, who's used to my language and the way I actually speak. I said no, and she said I actually forgot to leave off the hell no and the fuck no. Like they're in there. They're in there definitely. They are definitely in there. Absolutely no. No. Yeah. Look at the poll. Hey, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. All right. One of you people.
Ew.
We got 20 people here and 12 votes. But one of you would actually try it. I actually commend you for being that brave. Okay. I think you're just doing it because you're either an edgelord or an adventurer. I do admire your free spirit, but I'm glad it's an anonymous poll because I don't want to side eye you.
No. I am not, because I need to side eye whoever is saying yes. I'm sorry, because you're gonna be judged.
Okay, I was waiting to see what Paula would say about this, and thank you for contributing, Paula. I love it. She said, vaginal manila, which is we call the growth, causes thrush in the mouth. As a woman's health practitioner, I will confirm that vaginal yeast cannot be used in edible products without failing the FDA guidelines, which is why it's being done in Poland. And they do actually say in the article that there is a process where they take the bacteria that forms and they try to separate the lactic acid, and that's what they use in the beer. Like they actually do this to give it a sour aftertaste. In other words, they're using her vaginal yeast to give it that
use a dang fucking lemon or lime.
Exactly. What is that? Like, you know that when you do a good beer and you smack your mouth and you're like, what is that aftertaste there? Like, what is that flavor? Yeah, that's going to be beer,
period.
Yeah, that's going to be Amouranth. That's what that's going to be.
It's like everyone wants to know who voted yes. Who in their right mind voted yes.
Please, whoever you are, stay anonymous. I don't want to be side-eyeing you.
Liam's like, I said no, by the way. I voted no.
Like whoever you are, like I said, you're courageous. You might be an adventurer. You might just be an edgelord. I don't know. But whoever you are, please don't tell me. I don't want to side eye you. I don't want to go there. I'm trying very hard.
Leave it that fishy thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Mark, not every woman is fishy. Come on. Like, I hate that they say we're all fishy like that.
Yeah.
I have never been told I taste fishy, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know he's killing me, Mark. Oh my god. You take a sip and think, Linda, is that you?
Oh my god.
Wait, oh, you say, this beer tastes like someone I used to date. Like, what's going on here? Like, what's going
And then look what Liam said.
on? Oh, wait, this one? Okay, they're using the worst. Oh, to make the tissiest beer. You're gonna have to say it. I can't even say it. That's good. Oh god. Oh, you're making me cry, Liam. Like I'm literally gonna tears running down my face.
Mark Liam
Oh
and
my
Juju, and Paula with her facts.
Aren't you great that they're not up here? Because I could barely contain myself as it is. Like I'm probably blowing people's eardrums out with laughing. But hey, everybody knows that's a risk here. Oh, who
No,
voted
you'll have
yes?
to-
Because I certainly have not. Oh, hi, Mark. Yes. I love you. Extra points for Icarus tonight. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Because the oh, hi, Mark. Like, that just did it for me. I just got back from watching Icarus, the disaster artist, the movie, the parody that James Franco and his brother did on Tommy Wiseau's The Room. The making of The Room, I should say. It was actually done on the book that the co-star, his best friend Greg, wrote, Sestito. And it was just as funny, if not better, because it was so gloriously done than the unintentional comedy, The Room. Came out. Oh my god! Oh gosh, Linda in
And she
Spanish means
admitted
beautiful.
it?
Yeah, it does. What's this?
What Misery
Oh.
said.
Misery, nice to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I do enjoy your comments and thanks for
This is
viewing.
one way heck of it. Like, let's end with yeast beer.
We're ending with yeast beer for sure. I knew a girl who would brag about making bread from her own yeast. Beer is a different. I was joking about that before. Like, can you imagine? And the guy's like, "Hey, you remind me of a great brioche or like a sourdough or whatever."
Mm.
Oh,
why
hi.
does this taste like you?
Yes. Oh, hi, Racket Couch. I know. Like, I don't want these commonalities together. But that's our hour. Did you have fun, BCC?
Yes, it was fun. I had fun. Toward like the first one was a little bit serious because it involved mental health and unaliving people.
Yeah, true. And we do want to talk about things like that, though, because there are serious issues. Although they are the big what the fuck of it is like, how did this happen? How did he go 48 hours and get on that plane? Like that's
how did he
problem.
pass the check beforehand? And then the quick review of how we realized that we're glad she's demonetized for doing her dirty, but you gotta be careful for Sniperwolf.
You really do got to be careful with Sniperwolf. Like, and she's going behind. Is it ban evading or not? Like, that's a whole nother topic because she had a second channel and they only demonetized the one and she just moved over to the other one and just did content. Like, she has no consequences whatsoever for this.
There's
in my
no
eyes,
remorse.
because even there's no remorse. She did a chat GPT. I should have put that up, but it was so ridiculous. This really long apology. I'll send it to you. It's freaking hysterical.
Did she get a ukulele in her apology?
No. Well, that was like, I think we're gonna have to talk because I think we should do a what the fuck end of year show. That's the best of. Like, best worst apology, best creators marketing idea, best news story, worst news story, stuff like that. What do you guys think in the chat? Like, everybody hit my DM. So I'm gonna end, and me and Mrs. C will talk about this later because she's the creative genius besides these like quirky little shows. Yeah. That and mayhem. She's what I would call the she's the lube of mayhem. But she's the thrust of what the fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how's that for a hashtag? There's your byline.
Oh my goodness.
That's your new byline. I'm gonna put that on every video you're in. From now on,
clipping that.
Yeah, like I'm gonna put that as your byline on all the videos we do together from now on. What do you think? Like, I think that's pretty good. Like,
that's fine with me.
I thought that was bare genius, actually.
I have to. So Paula, real quick, I have to disagree with that. Well, if only I've only smelled one pair of balls, and they don't stink. So, just
I you know what? And I happen to think that the pair of balls I'm familiar with probably don't either. But I have been known. I have brothers, and I do know that balls stink. I mean, it is true.
they can. Yeah.
Like
Yes,
I
they can.
haven't seen. I wasn't like that close to my brother's balls. Don't go there, people. That's not what I meant. I mean, like after like they are like walking through the house after playing basketball and all, and I can smell them like from the other side of the room. And I'm just like,
They
"Take
got
a
the
shower."
sweaty balls.
Yeah, you got more than underarm stink going on here. Like it's the all over kind of thing. Like get in the shower, like kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
Balty. Well, if I play as a male in like games, I teabag. Does that count? Because she's like baldy.
I don't know, but on that, we're going to end. Thank you all for indulging us in our need to get this ridiculousness out. And tomorrow we will be doing our Bee and Bear show about nothing. Like, don't expect a damn thing, people. Like, we're coming with nothing. Zip.
Like always, right?
like always, and it's kind of fun. It's refreshing, actually. Don't forget to check out Shenanigans on Thursdays over there, so you can get more of Mrs. C's impromptu, always wonderful bylines in additions to the stories that she does. She has got the best timing for this kind of stuff that I've ever met. And I look forward to doing this next week with you, perhaps, Mrs. C, and not telling you anything about it.
That's how it goes. Like,
That's how it goes.
That bear one, there's no way.
Yeah. I'll send you some deets. We can definitely talk about that in Discord. Any of you that are traumatized and need to talk about it later, you know where to find me in Discord. Like, just say you need a group chat, and we'll just organize something for you all over there.
Hurry up at the end, because the chat is just killing me.
I know, they gotta go. I'm sorry, people. You are really lit, and I'm just gonna light you on fire and leave. So there you go.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, good night, everybody. Thank you so much, Mrs. C. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, always, boo, always. Okay, here we go. Bye, all.
Oh my God.
Can I just unsee all of that?
Did you see what she did?
They really are an absolute
What the
Did she actually say that?
Did you see that?
What do you always see the damnedest things?
Exactly. When you least expect it, there they are, doing it again.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not likely. I be taking shots, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a name. I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness.
Did you see what she did? What the fuck?
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss off, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you can call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
Oh, y'all, let's just call it what it is.
Did you see that?
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
It's brilliant.
We're in this world, could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, you know where to find me. And if you
Oh my God.
I got one thing to say. YouTube,